What the very first impressions that you have as you come back down to the surface?
I see a cobblestone street,
Okay.
and it kind of reminds me of what I would picture England looking like a
Right.
long time ago.
Okay. Right.
And I sense that I'm a
Right.
male figure. And
You sense that you're male?
yeah, and
Okay.
I'm dressed up in like upper middle class clothing, not too poor, not too rich, just I'm like dressed up like
What are you
you're not
wearing?
going. I'm wearing like some kind of pants and some kind of vest.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have long sleeves on.
Okay.
But
Do you have on a hat?
I sensed a low cut hat, like a more of a flat hat. But I picture a little button on the top of the hat. It's pressed flat and it's got a button at the top of it. Sorry.
A button on top. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Are you carrying anything or do you have any accessories on?
I had a cane.
Okay.
Mm.
Is it for support or is it more for accessory?
I sense more for accessory.
Okay. And are you walking these cobblestone streets or are you looking out from somewhere?
So I'm on the street. I can see like a narrow streets, so I can't see very far. I can see store on my right hand side. I can
Okay.
see across the street there's a building. I can't quite tell what it is.
Okay.
Feel like it's daytime.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't feel cold.
Okay.
I feel pretty peaceful. I feel like I'm not in a hurry. I don't feel scared. I feel where I'm supposed to be. Life is good. Just out for a walk.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Are there other people around?
I can't see anybody. I can hear vaguely in the background the sounds of people or a town, but I can't see
Okay.
anybody.
Do you live close?
Close enough.
Close enough? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, on the count of 3, let's move to the place that you live. 1, 2, 3. You're now at the place that you live. What do you see?
I've got a small flat. It's tidy. It's comfortable. It's mine.
Okay. So it feels good to you that it's yours.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Have you lived there long?
I would say 20 years or so.
Okay.
Mm.
It's a relatively long time. How do you spend your time?
Piddling around the house,
Okay.
go for walks.
Mm-hmm.
I have some plants in my gardening area in the back.
Are you retired?
I can't envision what I had done, so
Okay.
seems like that'd
That's
be the
okay.
case.
Yeah, no worries. So you like gardening, you have a garden in the back. Is this house within the city? This flat? Is it within the city then?
Mm-hmm. It is. It
Yeah.
is. Yep.
And you still have a place for gardening. That's great. And you're just out for a walk today. Is there anything else in this space that we need to be aware of, or anything important we've missed about it?
I feed a cat.
You feed a cat?
Yeah,
Okay.
neighborhood cat. Mm.
Okay. All right.
Mm.
So you're kind. You sound like a kind person.
All I have.
Are you a kind person?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, let's move ahead to an important day in this lifetime that we're observing now. A day where something important is happening on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. What is happening around you?
There starts to be a brawl and a fight in the street, and I get caught
Okay.
up in it. I wasn't doing anything, but I still get caught up in it, and I get hurt.
Right.
Yeah, and
Uh-oh.
um, I don't understand why they're hurting me.
What are they doing to you? You can just observe this. You won't feel any physical discomfort.
There's people out there with like hitting people with canes and sticks and their fists and whatever they can get their hands on. And it was
Hmm.
just too close to where I was walking, and I got caught up in it, and I got hit and hurt.
Are you able to get away?
I can't picture what happens after that, so I don't
Okay.
know.
Okay. Well, let's move ahead to the time where you're free of that brawl on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. You're now free of that brawl. What is happening, and how do you feel?
I'm back at my flat,
Hmm.
mm, healing, frustrated, pissed off.
Yeah.
At least I made it out safe. I'm okay. It's just not a fun experience.
Right. And it was all just happened by accident.
Hmm.
Okay. Is there anything else at this particular space that we need to be talking about?
No.
Okay. Let's move ahead once again to another important day in this person's life, a day where something important is happening on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Describe to me what you see and what is going on around you.
I feel that I'm a young lady in like a servant's attire.
Okay.
Black dress with a bib type feature to it.
Right.
Mm.
Okay. Do you work for someone?
I feel like I'm in London in 20-ish, 20s, 30s-ish. The garb
Okay.
looks to me that way. And it would seem like I would
Okay.
be going to work for somebody who has money who can be paying for me to work for them.
Okay. Do you like your job?
I don't mind my job. It's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
Do you work hard?
My boss is not mean to me. She expects
You
that I
have,
do my job and do it well, but she's not mean to me. So
so you
that's,
have a good boss.
yeah.
Do you
That's what I
work a
could
lot?
expect.
Yeah.
6 days a week. Can have one day off.
Mm.
You work basically all day, morning till night. They feed us, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
Better than I could eat on the street. So that's not bad. I'm not going to complain.
Mm-hmm.
It's warm. I like being warm. Mm.
They give you a place to live then?
I felt like I was traveling from my home to their place. But at least if I was cold at home, I have a warm place I can go to work. Even if I want to go early, I could, just so I can
Okay.
make myself be comfortable.
Be warm.
Hmm.
Okay. What do you do on your day off?
Walk in the park.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Get the sunshine, see the flowers.
Do you walk with anyone?
There's this guy I've been interested in.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I get to talk to him. He
And
even
what's
took
he
me out
like?
to, he took me, we went to go walk and look at a lake. And he took me
Mm-hmm.
out on a boat. And that was like a really,
Oh,
really cool activity.
oh, that sounds really fun.
Hmm.
Was it a big boat or was it just the two of you?
Little two-person boat.
Yeah.
Mm.
Have you known him long?
I've been talking with him on and off for 6 months or more.
Okay.
We'll see how that goes.
Right.
Something to look forward to on my day off.
Right.
Mm.
So do you have to work then?
Gotta pay my bills.
Yeah.
Gotta eat.
Do, do you live by yourself?
I think I did for a while, but now I've got a couple roommates, which makes it easier on being able to afford the things.
Oh, yes. Yes, I can see how that would help.
It's good to have girlfriends to talk to too.
Hmm. Do they do the same thing you do for work?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Do you work together?
One of them works at the same place I do, and the other two work someplace different.
Okay. And what kinds of things do you do at work?
Mm. Change the bedding, sweep out the chimney, um, clean up the kitchen.
Mhm.
Basically, whatever they tell me to do, I do it because that's what needs to be done.
Okay. Okay, I see. Well, let's move ahead to another important time in this person's life, a time where there's important information that can help us. On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. What is happening now?
I had two things that came to mind. One is that I got in trouble at work, and that was scary. I
Hmm.
was worried with my job. The second thing was that the guy I've been seeing has asked me to marry him, and so that's a positive thing. And I'm
Right.
trying to figure out if those two are correlated, where he's able to help me get out of my pickle I got myself into.
Now, what happened at work?
I made my boss mad, trying to figure out what I did that made him mad. I didn't mean to do anything. It was just when you're careless and you don't realize things are going to cause a problem. I think I left something out where I shouldn't have left it out, and it caused a problem in the kitchen. And I didn't mean for things to break, and it wasn't my fault.
Right. Do you think you might lose your job?
Yeah, I'm scared I was going to lose my job.
Well, let's move ahead on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. What's happening now?
So I agreed to go with the guy who asked me to marry him, and he's giving me a better quality of life. I'm happy with that.
Recording in progress.
I'm happy with that, but I'm actually not happy that I don't have the independence that I had when I had my job. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
So where do you live?
I live with him. He's got a small apartment-like place. It's in town.
Is it just the two of you then?
Yes.
Okay. How does he spend his time?
Working.
Right.
Feel like now that we're married, we don't see each other as much or we don't take the time to go for walks and things as we did before.
You don't have the same fun you did before.
Well, in the past we'd go for walks and he would even plan a boat trip, etc. And now it's just like I'm home and I get to do the housework and I'm expected to do what he wants done, and there's not enough time for the fun things. Yeah.
Right. Do you have children?
Right now I don't see any, although I still imagining having them in the future. That's where I'm at right now. I don't see any.
Okay. Well, let's leave this scene and once again move ahead to when something as important is happening in this life that we're looking at now. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Something important is happening now. Describe what's going on around you.
My husband got into a carriage ride accident and was killed.
Oh.
So now I'm on my own and I have to figure out a way to survive again.
Okay. And what are you going to do?
We have some small savings built up. I'm still healthy enough I can try to find a job doing housework, because that's all what I know, what I know how to do well.
Right. Are you scared?
Yeah, because he left me alone.
And are you still young?
I'm figuring I'm like 30, which 30 at this day and age is not that young. I'm still capable of doing the work, but I'd rather be in a better place at this point in my life.
Okay. Is there anything from this time period that we need to know?
No.
Okay, well, let's move ahead again to the last day of the life that we're looking at now on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Tell me what's happening now.
Well, I feel like I've been really sick or injured, and I'm pleased to see my daughter come to help me, because it would have been really hard to go through this without her being there.
Okay,
So I'm thankful for that.
yes. And is she with you now?
Yeah.
Yes. You will not experience any physical discomfort. You'll still be able to feel all of the love, but you are able to experience this as an observer if you'd like. What's happening? Is your daughter still with you?
She stays with me till the end.
Mm-hmm.
She holds my hand,
Mm-hmm.
tells me she loves me. Watches me take my last breath.
Where are you now?
I'm not in that body anymore. I'm just past that. I could still see that she's there holding my hands, but I'm not part of that anymore.
Yes. And from where you are now, can you see what the purpose of that life was? Has anyone come to meet you yet?
Well, the purpose and kind of the whole thing that came to mind was the fact that I risked having a child and opened up to the love you derive from that relationship. So I guess
Mm-hmm.
that the lesson would be to be open to things and people.
Mm-hmm.
And then if anyone come to meet me,
Do you feel anything around you, an energy, or are you by yourself?
I don't feel alone. I don't feel like there's a person who's come to greet me or anything along that line. I just feel like I'm savoring those last moments of being where I was and just appreciating the positive that came out of where I was.
Mm-hmm. Sure. So you can still see your daughter
Yeah.
from where you are? I see. Well, let's do this. Why don't you spend some time there? And when you're ready to move on, I want you to show me your right hand. Okay, just take your time and let me know when you're ready to move on. Okay. All right. So we're moving on. We're moving on from that room. What is happening around you?
Well, I'm kind of like when you see people, like you're not in your body anymore, you're hovering above the people. I'm kind of
Mm-hmm.
in that space. And so I can see the furniture that's in the room.
Right.
I'm not sure where to go from here. I'm just kind of
Mm-hmm.
absorbing where I'm at and what's happened.
Sure. Well, let's move forward to when something is happening. The count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
So I feel my body being drawn somewhere out.
Right.
It's not like it's a vacuum cleaner sucking me out. It's just my body feels propelled to go a direction. So I go that
Mm-hmm.
direction.
Mm-hmm.
And I go down, I guess you could call it a tunnel. It doesn't feel tunnelish. I don't feel walls on the sides. It feels like a tunnel made of airspace, kind of
I see.
cylindrical,
Sure. Sure.
and just follow that.
Mm-hmm. And where does that lead?
At least to a place that has a peaceful feeling. I feel like my relatives are there to greet me, but I can't distinguish individual relatives. I could just sense their energy embracing
Mm-hmm.
me and enfolding me in that feeling.
Sure. And you recognize them.
Hmm.
Yes. What else?
I sense I need to take time to reflect upon what my experience was
Mm-hmm.
and to I don't know what the word for it is, but to
Okay.
yeah.
And do you do that in this space that you're in now?
I feel like I step off to the side. I know that the people that support me are there if I need them, but this
Mm-hmm.
is a personal journey for me to reflect upon my experiences for myself.
Right. And how do you do that?
Kind of reflect on what all I did in my life there.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And it's just a personal thing. You're not with anybody, or you're not discussing it with anyone.
At least at this phase, it's me addressing me and what I think that I could have done better or could have done differently.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Maybe there'll be a time once I've settled all those things that I'll go talk with somebody else about what their perceptions of it
Mm-hmm.
were from them looking at it
Right.
from their time perspective.
I see. Would you like to continue to explore this space, or is there anywhere else you'd like to explore?
think I want to continue that one on my own.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. All right. Well, let's drift away from that space and that time